Washington, D.C., the political heart of America, a city whose architecture speaks to the nation's ideals, its power, and its history. In 1791, French-American engineer Pierre L'Enfant was tasked with designing the new capital. His vision was grand, broad avenues, open spaces, and monumental buildings, creating a city that would reflect the ideals of the young republic. At the center of this plan was the United States Capitol, symbolizing the government's authority. The Capitol building, completed in stages starting in 1800, exemplifies the neoclassical style that defines much of Washington's early architecture. Drawing inspiration from ancient Greece and Rome, cradles of democracy, the Capitol's stately columns and grand dome evoke ideals of strength, stability, and civic virtue. Just a few blocks away, the White House followed suit. Designed by James Hoban and completed in 1800, it too embraced neoclassicism. With its porticos and symmetrical design, the White House reflected the young nation's commitment to order and elegance, standing as a symbol of the executive branch's power and dignity. Throughout the 19th century, Washington grew as the nation expanded. Buildings like the Treasury Department and the Patent Office, today's National Portrait Gallery, were designed in the Greek Revival and neoclassical styles, cementing the city's architectural language of democracy and permanence. But no building captured the nation's aspirations quite like the Washington Monument. Its construction began in 1848 and was completed in 1884. The simple, towering obelisk, inspired by ancient Egypt, honors the country's first president and stands as a beacon of America's rise. The Civil War brought devastation to parts of Washington, but the city rebounded quickly. The late 19th century saw the rise of Beaux-Arts architecture, a grand and ornate style that emphasized symmetry, elaborate detail, and a sense of grandeur. As the 20th century dawned, the Macmillan Plan of 1901 sought to enhance Pierre L'Enfant's original vision. The National Mall was expanded, transforming it into the sweeping green space we recognize today. It became the symbolic core of Washington, D.C., lined with museums and monuments that tell the story of America's growth. Two of the city's most iconic structures, the Lincoln Memorial, completed in 1922, and the Jefferson Memorial, completed in 1943, reaffirmed Washington's commitment to neoclassical ideals. Modeled after Greek temples, these monuments honor the legacies of two of the nation's greatest leaders while embodying the democratic principles they fought to uphold. After World War II, Washington's architecture shifted. Modernism, with its emphasis on simplicity and function, began to take hold. Buildings like the FBI headquarters and the Hirshhorn Museum represent this era, embracing clean lines, minimal ornamentation, and the use of modern materials like glass, steel, and concrete. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial, designed by Maya Lin and completed in 1982, challenged traditional ideas of monument design. Its stark black granite walls, inscribed with the names of the fallen, created a powerful emotional space that broke from the grandeur of earlier memorials, emphasizing reflection and remembrance over symbolism. In recent decades, Washington's architectural landscape has continued to evolve. The National Museum of African American History and Culture, opened in 2016, represents a modern and forward-thinking approach to design. Its bronze-colored lattice facade draws inspiration from African art, while its tiered form echoes the city's historic monuments, blending the past and present into one powerful statement. Washington, D.C. is a city where every building has a story to tell. From the neoclassical grandeur of the Capitol to the modern lines of contemporary museums, the city's architecture is a reflection of the nation it serves, steadfast, evolving, and always reaching toward the future. End scene.